Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to the inside of my MGB. Now today I am parked in the car park where the good old Reading Jap Meet happened, and tonight is supposedly the night when this month's event was to happen. Now unfortunately a lot of you saw last month's video and the police were involved, watching the cars leaving. A huge crowd gathered, and as a result the meeting was on its final warning and it got closed down. The organisers now no longer have any kind of responsibility for the event. It's not an official event anymore, but I'm here just to see if anyone else turns up, partially, and also just to explain my thoughts on the situation, because I had lots of comments in the video saying, well, what other people said, so I thought I'd give my kind of input. Now I've been coming here for the last 3 years, I think, and within the last two and a half years I've been filming cars leaving. Now it started out with videos such as this. So fairly tame, fairly quiet events, cars leaving, giving some nice sounds and that, and just me and maybe a couple of friends of mine standing the exit catching the cars leaving, doing what we enjoy. It's our hobby, it's what we enjoy doing. We go to the event, we see the cars parked up, and then at the end of the event we like to hear the cars, so the best way to hear them is to catch them leaving, obviously, and that's why I do what I do. And obviously you enjoy those kind of videos as well, the cars leaving, the accelerations and all that. Now, here's where the kind of issue comes a bit more difficult for me to explain. I never publicly announced when the Reading Jap Meet was, because it was always a quiet event, like a local meet for enthusiasts of the Japanese car. So I did not want the Joe public to all gather, because it's quite a good event. I didn't want it to get too crowded, because I know the organisers and they wouldn't want it to get too crowded either. There's only so many people you can host in this car park, and then you don't want too many non-Japanese cars turning up just to watch and have a look at the kind of cars that turn up, because it's not meant to be a car show, it's more of a car meeting for owners of Japanese cars. Now I always park my car in the McDonald's bit, which is not the main kind of car park, but more recently it seems more and more BMWs, Fords and non-Japanese cars have turned up, like modified cars, and parked in, so I thought I might as well park in there as well. However, it seems everyone's blaming all the non-Japanese cars for the closure of the event, and that's not strictly true. Everyone's an enthusiast. I know it was actually originally a Supra meet, then it expanded to Japanese cars, and now it seems it's expanded to all kinds of modified cars. And that's what's kind of been happening. Now earlier this year an incident happened that involved, I'm not really sure, I was here, I was at the exit leaving, I didn't see it happening, but apparently there was a guy with a kid on his lap who was steering the car went into a motorbike. This happened in the car park. I don't know, this is just what the rumour was, but this is apparently what happened. So the meet got closed down for a month or two, then it reopened again. So that was the first incident that got the police properly involved. Since then, there's always been a small police presence, some months more than others, and the meet has been on its kind of last warning. And the other part of it is the crowds of people standing at the exit. Now, there's nothing wrong with standing on the side of the road filming cars leaving. There's nothing illegal. We're not encouraging the cars to do it. Well, some of us aren't. And it's all just a bit of fun for us to see the cars leaving. What happens is the more and more people kind of go to the exit to catch the cars leaving, more and more people get excited, and as you saw from last month's video, more and more people started cheering, egging people on, and you could say encouraging the drivers. Specifically, I never say anything to the drivers, I never to encourage them to do anything that they like, anything illegal, anything like any kind of acceleration. I just stay there, stood with my camera, not saying anything, as I've always done. And that's just always been fine. Now more and more people are kind of out there with their friends, and obviously they get a bit hyper. And even last month, some of the cheering, it was good fun, so I was like laughing as well with the crowd, as anyone would do. But again, I wasn't encouraging the drivers to do anything bad. But unfortunately, probably as a result of my videos, more and more people have found out about the event, and then, even though I didn't publicly announce where the event was or when it was, they have found out where and when the mate is. So that has been an issue that has caused some of the growing popularity, and that's what's more evidently an issue. Hello.
Unofficially it's not on, but it is still on tonight, isn't it?
It's, I don't know, I've just come along just in case, just to see what it is. I'm just waiting here for a bit.
About half a dozen come in, just
Yeah.
as we were walking back up here,
Oh,
so
okay.
there are some there.
Yeah, so unofficially, no, it's not. I was just coming along to see how many people do actually turn up in the end.
There's a nice notice and a nice album there as well.
Okay, I'll have a look in there in a bit, yeah.
At the end of that, if they're revving and popping a bit, they're not out on the road speeding or...
Yeah, that's what I say as well, yeah. But
Coverage down the end. I've quite nothing from they were moaning about the noise.
yeah. So apparently some cars have turned up. I will have a look at them in a little bit, see what cars there are. But at the end of the day, the reason the meet got shut down was because people decided to go sideways a bit in their car, and the police saw this and decided this enough was enough, and they would shut down the meet. So unfortunately, that is the reason that the meet got shut down. I mean, I am friends with some of the drivers who like to have a bit of fun with their cars, go sideways, and it still is the driver's fault for causing the police to shut the meet down. It's the driver's responsibility to leave safely. I get the same video whether the car goes sideways or whether it goes like calmly. I still get the same kind of video. I still get all the sounds and everything, so that's why I don't encourage them to like do stuff. It's in my best interest for this meet to keep running, so it's not like I want cars to drive erratically and get the meet shut down. So I still want them to leave sensibly so that the police can keep the meet open. But that is the kind of pure reason that the meet had been shut down. It's the driver's fault. If a driver should be able to leave a meet without getting encouraged by a kid standing by the road with his camera. Like, it's not like they have to do something. Yes, it's all good fun to see a car go sideways, and we all enjoy it. I do as well. But there's a time and a place and all that, blah blah blah. So that's why this meet is now not officially on. Now, this meet has been going between 10 to 15 years. This meet's been on since it started as a super meet, then to Japanese meet, and then it just got bigger and bigger. I think it's only been within the last year that problems have been encountered and the police have been involved. So it's a shame that in such a short amount of time this meet has been shut down, because it's been going for so long, and it's always nice for enthusiasts to get together and chat, because they're all friends, they're all just a community of people. And it's so easy to say, oh, it's the fault of the person filming, but it's not. But hopefully within a few months the police will give maybe another chance to someone else to organise a meet here, who knows. But for now, I think we should have a look at what cars have turned up, despite it not officially being on, and just enjoy a bit of the evening. So there's the explanation. That's what I think. That's the truth at the end of the day. So let's have a look at the cars. So I've actually parked in the other car park, but even here there's a donut mark. I mean, donuts have taken place at Reading Jap Meet before, as you'll see in these videos. So I think that's a little bit worse than a car leaving a car show sideways, but hey-ho. So up here is where I caught all the cars leaving. It is a 40 limit on this road, and it's a dual carriageway, so everyone has to go out that way and then go around a roundabout and then come back if they want to go that direction. So this was my patch. I used to stand there. I used to try and remain on the path so that drivers, when they're parked there, can see down the road, because everyone lined up on the grass patch and then drivers can't see down the road, so that wasn't great. So that was my patch there. And even up this little slip road here, that's when drivers had a little bit of fun. Okay, there's a Mazda 3 there. It's slightly modified. You could even have a McDonald's when you get hungry. I don't think that Tesla's part of the meet. Oh wow, a bit of Exotica. Alfa Romeo 4C just randomly in the car park. And, oh, a Lotus. I've seen this one before. They're quite cool. Again, not Japanese, but you can't really complain. Well, you can, apparently. But in the rest of the car park, I'm going to say there's literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. So everyone has realised the meter's no longer on, it seems. And that was pretty much that. So only a few cars did end up turning up, so it wasn't a crowded meet tonight as I predicted, which is why I made this video explaining everything about it. So it's been a shame that it's been shut down. It's been a great meet. I've had so many great times, including when I told a friend of mine in the McLaren P1 to kind of gate crash. So he turned up and everyone went mad. And even tonight I had conversations with two people, including one guy. He was talking about the Alfa Romeo 4C and the Lotus, saying how people should stop giving all these sports cars attention and how his camper van was better and how he just dislikes sports cars. And then he asked what car I drive. A little bit awkward when I showed him the picture of the Cobra, but it was all still good in good jest. So I don't know. It was a great friendly meet, and now it's unfortunately it grew too much. Partially due to social media, partially due to just people being idiots, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's just different levels of having fun. So, a little bit different video filmed from this location today, this month. I do hope that it will be back, but obviously I'm going to as many events as I can. This is not the end of me, this is just the end of this meet for now, unfortunately. So I'll still go to meets every weekend, and in the week whenever there was one on. There's still a few Ace Cafe events this year, so hopefully there'll still be more of those to come too. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram for a list of all the car shows that I know about. Every week I post a list, as some of you know, to Instagram of the week's car shows. Come to think of it, I haven't posted this week's one. I need to do that when I get back. But I do try and post it every single week so everyone knows what car shows I know about. So if you're ever lost in the UK and want to know about car shows in kind of the south area mainly, I have a link on Instagram for all the car shows I know about. So that's there, and follow the link underneath for all the t-shirts I've got available on Amazon. Gives me a bit of support, let me know I'm doing something right, etc, etc, blah blah blah. But for now, thanks for watching. Liked the video? Own the t-shirt. Simply follow the link in the description below for this and more.